Hey, today we have Erwin on the Dirty Digger podcast. He is the Chief Vibes Officer for Hawksight, which is a Solana yield aggregator. Now, Erwin, how does somebody get CVO as their moniker?
I just handle most of growth stuff, including BD, community management, socials, and marketing, alongside with another growth team member, Wendy. I just handle the vibes in the community and make sure that they're doing good or checking in with them on the feedback, product feedback as well, so that to ensure that they're getting support from us, from the growth team and from the product team as well. So my journey from crypto was really I started on Solana and started on Hawksight, but as a deep dive. But I already had experiences on play to earn games on the blockchain. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Axie and CryptoBlade. I think the starters for me, and then I was curious on, I think I can switch to Web3 industry, so found my way to Hawksight as well.
Nice. Sounds like a Web3 grinder. I can appreciate that. I'm familiar with Axie Infinity, and I think last year I spent a little bit too much time caring about crypto unicorns and thinking that games are ready for mass adoption. Made a bit of a mistake on that one, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a future for gaming ahead of us. What about the co-founders? What can you tell me a bit about that?
So Enzo actually came from AI data science background, which is perfect for building a product like Hawksight, and another product that we're launching is Hawk AI, which is still in beta. So he is focused on product development, while Bradian, on the other hand, is focused on growth business development. He's leading most of the efforts, and Wendy and I are supporting him.
Nice, that's awesome. Now, how about giving us a little red pill on Hawksight? Yield aggregator, it's on Solana. You guys have been around for a long time. Tell us a little bit more about the protocol and why Solana users should be using it.
We rebranded more likely to Solana Yield Optimizer because we are still aggregating a lot of protocols, but we kind of move into being an optimizer to when users can maximize their gains on Solana DeFi. So why do users need to use Hawksight is because they can customize their position to ensure that they have control on the custom ranges that they want in a position in a CLMM position. Also, we have auto rebalancing and auto compounding. For the auto compounding, we reinvest your position, reinvest your yield into your position to ensure that you get maximized earnings by being reinvested. And then for the auto rebalancing, we have the runner that auto rebalance your position to ensure that you'll get fees once you get out of range. Because for CLMM, our current focus, there are times that users will be out of range if, for example, they are in a position and they need to redeposit it. But for us, we have this runner which can auto rebalance your position to make sure that you get the trading fees from CLMM.
And so this is concentrated liquidity management. And for users, this is sort of like a Uni v3 implementation.
Yep, Uni V3 is more likely close to what Orca right now, and we are the automation layer for Orca to ensure that the users get maximized earnings from the positions they are putting in.
Okay. So you're the automation on top. Instead of simply going to the DEX, supplying liquidity between the bands, you guys are saying, come to us and we'll do the automation and strategies for you.
Yep, we have also integrated Saber. That one is for auto compounding, so we auto compound your earnings daily to ensure also that you get maximized returns from that.
Okay, nice. All right, I want to do a little trip down memory lane. This might hurt a little bit, but I think it's important. So, time for a little hard truths. Hawksight launched in early 2022. You guys were on the Terra network, so you had to suffer the Terra collapse. And then rebuilding throughout the year, and then all of a sudden FTX collapses. The chart looks rough. Token is launched. NFTs are circulating. But you guys are still here. You're still operating. And you've even had recent TVL spikes, and you've come back into fruition. Walk me through last year. I know it must have been really hard. I know you guys had a bigger team, and you had to cut some people on the team. Just kind of tell me a little bit about how it all felt last year and how you've come around this year.
Yeah, last year was really tough for everyone. I think everyone on Solana, everyone on like that has position on FTX, and everyone that has Luna, specifically us, because we really wanted to launch on Solana and Luna at the same time. But it's like I think it's a blessing in disguise that we didn't launch on Luna. We just planned to launch there, and then it had a lot of challenges from there. So we launched our DeFi app actually launched around August. So we just focused on building from there, even though like it's a bear market, it's a bull market. We focus on building to ensure that we will deliver a product that users will love despite the market conditions. On the team, we really had to restructure to ensure that we focus on like what we can do, and we also had some extension on our runway because of this restructure. We have over 3 years of runway, and we are on track on building an amazing product for Solana DeFi.
Nice. That's good. 3 years runway is solid. That was a question I was going to ask down the road. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you guys are still here. I'm glad you're still working away. And last year was a tough year for everyone. So now that we're through it and we're looking forward, tell me a little bit more about what you guys are hoping to do with the roadmap. I know I'm starting to see sweet integrations with Jupiter, and I'm seeing things with MarginFi's LST. So talk to me a little bit about that first.
Yeah, so for the product roadmap, so we're actually focused on like improving the experience of the user. Like what we recently integrated, Jupiter. We receive a lot of feedback that they want to have the best route when depositing. So that's why we prioritize that one. And also, I think most of the priorities right now about making customers happy at the moment. We assess each and every feedback we get so that we can drill down on what we want to focus. But yeah, I think we're focused right now on like just customer demands and making sure that we can deliver.
That's fair. One thing that's a little, I don't want to say controversial, because controversial is a bad word for it, but I know a lot of old school Solana ecosystem protocols have had a hard time with having this kind of high float FDV situation where you've got low circulating supply. And I noticed you guys have a low circulating supply and it's kind of behind the curve. Can you talk about why you've decided to kind of hold back the ecosystem tokens? And maybe is there an opportunity to get the community to come and onboard and use the protocol and be rewarded in that? Like a bit of a tokenomics upgrade, maybe.
Uh, think from where we launched around April 2022, it was a trend that we have like every launch should have a high FDV and low circulating supply. That's why we opted for it. So like before you launch a token, you need to drill down on like previous launches, and we just saw this trend of like high FDV and low circulating supply. That's why we keep it. But right now, we're currently discussing more about the tokenomics and having it maybe change or updated. Since like a lot of projects like right like similar to Blaze has been just airdropping Blaze, and it's not really go the token price action is doing pretty well. So we need to reevaluate on how we can improve our tokenomics and maybe use some of the tokens that is in the treasury for rewards. But I like the also the community has been a great influence of to our discussion of this, because there has been a lot of suggestions, especially from some of our loyal and supportive users. So they have been suggesting something that we are considering and we are discussing about. But yeah, I think won't be soon, because like tokenomics needs the time to be updated, and also it needs time for discussion. But yeah, we will be updating the tokenomics to ensure that everyone will be happy, the holders and also the NFT holders.
I love to hear that. Tokenomics can make or break a project. And if it's something you guys are thinking about, I think it's really smart. Speaking of NFTs, I was reading also in your roadmap, you guys are thinking about doing some upgrading. And I kind of looked at the Magic Eden, and I'll link it here to you guys as Debonair Hawks. And I think the update is a really good idea. Especially like if you've been following along a lot of the new sort of Solana based NFT artists, like you got guys like DGen Poet, you got a lot of Mad Lads artists like Mad Luca. Are you guys thinking like collaboration based NFT upgrade to spruce it up? Like what's the thoughts there for the upgrade?
Yeah, so Yeah, this has been like a long time going, but we're currently updating the white paper at the moment. And like we actually launched the art upgrade last August.
Mm.
We launched around that time, and we have this like we tied the benefits of the upgrade to our DeFi app, wherein if you upgrade an NFT, if you upgrade the NFT from card to the PFP one, you will get DeFi app discounts and up to 80% that can be changed in the future.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next up, you were talking about AI and you were talking about Enzo. And I've been on the website and snooping around and seeing this Hawk AI business. Can you explain to me what your guys' goal is with AI? Is it going to be more for like institutions slash protocols? Is it going to be more for retail? I have very recently become extremely interested in AI and how to use it effectively. And so when I see you guys listing it and Enzo with his background, it kind of excites me. So what can you tell me about that?
Our first product was actually trading signals bot in a Telegram, and like it was originally from stocks investment, but we noticed that we had like a lot of crypto users, so we pivoted on having a crypto like a bot. We're planning to apply the crypto tech on the Hawk AI to show how the AI will work. But right now, for the Hawk AI, it's mostly to make sure that our users will have a data-driven decision. Because we analyze the CLMM strategies on Orca, the top 60 ones at the moment, but we're integrating most of it in the future. So we analyze the CLMM data to ensure that our users can have like data-driven decisions on where to invest, which one to deposit and which one to hold. Will I get fees, or how long will I get this X amount of reward? And then while Hawk AI is doing the data-driven data, you can execute it on Hawksight. So since we already integrated most of CLM strategies on Orca, so you can like we have a button there wherein you can execute what you found out. Like you found an alpha of having Sol M Sol in this custom range, and then you can just click the execute the alpha on Hawksight, and then you will be directed to Hawksight and be able to maximize your gains on Solana with that one on Orca specifically.
Interesting. Will it be like text based? Will you be able to communicate with it? Or will it mostly be in the background clicking the buttons on an interface? What do you think what's gonna look like?
It we have like an analysis already. We show users the graphs and things that they need to see in order to analyze the graphs that we're showing. So I think it can be both, but right now we're focused on having it being used by our users.
That's interesting. I'm happy to hear that. I guess one other thing I wanted to ask you about was you had re-mentioned multi-chain, and I know you guys went down the road of the Luna debacle. Is multi-chain still something that you guys want to explore? Is it further down the roadmap?
Yep. So I think we're open for multi-chain if there will be opportunities, but right now we want to double down on Solana and make sure that we focus on making the protocol stable on Solana first before branching out. Because if we try multi-chain and lost focus, we will have issue on the parent protocol that we won't be having this stable as other protocol.
Good. It was a trick question. I wanted to make sure you said that.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm pro chain, but I'm also pro making sure your protocol is sound before moving outward. And it sounds like you guys have got your focus really dialed in. Is there anything more you wanted to tell the users about Hawksight? Anything coming up? Any other alpha? I'll leave that open to you.
Yeah, so Hawksight, if you want to maximize your gains on Solana DeFi, I recommend you to use Hawksight. And if you have more questions, you can just chat me in Telegram, Discord. I'm everywhere, and Twitter as well. So yeah, I think we want to be like what we're building is a long-term DeFi protocol that we want to be a blue chip one. we're building like a protocol to serve the customers, right? So if you have like suggestions on where we can improve or like how we can improve the product, I think we're more than open happy to change or update features or like some experiences that users are having on like a DeFi right now.
Okay, that's great. I'll make sure to link your Twitter and all the community tabs as well. Before I let you go, Erwin, one thing that I've started asking all of my guests on the Dirty Diggler podcast is what is the one thing that you do to stay sane in this market? Whether it's health related, exercise related, maybe you buy copious amounts of Pokemon cards. What is it? What's the tip you can give to the users to remain sane?
One thing that keeps me like sane right now is playing League of Legends. I was on the competitive scene before when I was in college, but right now I think it's more of a like a pastime and also to enjoy it with my friends. So I think that's one, and I think two is like talking to family, going out. I think we all need to touch some grass, like not every day, but yeah, I think do it every week as well,
I love
as
that.
much as possible actually.
That's such a good one. Touch grass. Not every day, but at least once a week. That's a sign of a true builder. I
Yeah.
respect that. Thank you, Erwin, for coming on. I appreciate your time.
Thank you as well. Thank you for inviting Hawksight.
Absolutely. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I'm sure we'll talk more.
Looking forward to that. Have a great day as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cheers.